Good afternoon. Thanks for streaming with us. We appreciate it. We've got a lot of flooding going on across our western viewing area, mostly in the hill country. I'll show you the maps here in just a minute. We do have a KENS 5 weather impact alert because of these flood warnings. It's going to be one of those days, if you're out west, to stay aware. Okay, this is what you can expect here in Bexar County. Mostly cloudy skies this afternoon. It'll become partly cloudy, but once we start warming up in the low 90s, I'm expecting a few thunderstorms to develop. About a 30% chance that we'll have some thunderstorm development late this afternoon, primarily between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock this evening. If you've got anything planned tonight, temperatures mainly in the 80s out there. All right, we've got a flash flood watch in effect until 9 o'clock for counties in the hill country, including the Austin area and Uvalde. Does not include Bexar County or the New Braunfels area. Okay, we've got also a flood warning. This is a flood warning until all the way till tonight. I'm expecting for this river to crest at 13.7 feet, which would be a moderate flood. Hunt and Ingram, if you live in those areas, you know what a moderate flood will do. So definitely want to keep that in mind. Now, we do have a river flood warning on the Frio River at Concan. The warning goes until tomorrow. Expected to crest at about 15.6 feet. That's going to be about 4 o'clock. So the river continues to rise, and I'm expecting that rise to continue until late this afternoon. This is a life-threatening major flood on the Frio River, so definitely want to keep that in mind. Also, we've got a major flood on the Frio River at the dry Frio River at Uvalde. Okay, look at all these warnings. Some of these have been changed a little bit, but we still have a flood warning until 1:30, and that's going to be for northern portions of Uvalde County into Real County and southwestern Kerr County. Also, we've got a flood warning in effect for southwestern Real and southeastern Edwards County. So a lot of warnings out there all through the hill country and along 90. Just be careful today. Don't go across any low water crossings, that's for sure. Finally, this system is lifting up and out, and that is definitely a good thing. It has been raining heavily across the hill country and the 90 corridor pretty much all day long. It's been just a deluge out there. And that watch area was positioned just right, that's for sure. Kerrville, heavy rainfall right now. We still have some heavy rain between, just east of Brackettville, we'll say. Let's take a look at the rainfall rates and how much has fallen. Just this morning, anywhere from 6 to almost 10 inches of rain across northern portions of Uvalde, and that's why the Frio River is continuing to rise, and that's why we're going to see a major flood along the Frio River. Northern portions of Maverick County, almost 11 inches of rain, and in southern portions of Kinney County, about 11 inches of rain. That is some amazing rainfall totals just from today. All right, so we've got the Frio River at Concan. The current stage, now this is about 20 minutes old, was about 9.5 feet, but should crest at 15.6. That's going to be at 4 o'clock. The river's running at about 7,000 cubic feet per second. That should increase to about 26,800 cubic feet per second. All right, the dry Frio River at Uvalde right now is only, I believe it was about 5 feet. It's probably about 5 feet now, but should get to 17.6. That's a major flood, and it'll crest tonight at 9 o'clock and go from 274 cubic feet per second to over 40,000. That is a big increase. So if you have any interest on the Frio River this afternoon or evening, I would definitely watch out as that river is going to experience a major flood. Last time it got to this point was probably, let's say, 2018, and I think it should exceed the 2018 flood by just a little bit. All right, usually across South Texas in the summer, we've got the upper level ridge of high pressure that's right overhead. Well, now we're in between two highs, and that's where all of the rain has been. It's kind of a focus because you've got lift, you've got like a shear axis, and you've got lift. Usually when you have that big high overhead in the summer, it's over 100, and you can't buy a drop of rain. Well, this is the opposite, and that's why we've seen so much rain lately. The computer models, now this is my dilemma, the computer models continue to want to build the high in, but in reality, what happens is the high never builds in. And so in the next couple of weeks, the computer models want to keep doing that. So I've got to figure out whether that's going to happen or not. One thing is for sure is that they've been way too hot, and I continue to have to take those temperatures down. We haven't had a record since mid-May, I think. Okay, as we head through the rest of the day today, highs low 90s, about 92 or so, with a 20 to 30% chance of rain this afternoon. There is a chance we could see some more rain across the hill country tonight. I don't think we're going to have a replay of what we had last night. And then tomorrow, high temperatures in the low to mid 90s with a slight chance of seeing some rain. We could have some Saharan dust too, by the way, on Wednesday. Taking a look at the pollen count, we've got molds are, I believe they're heavy. Yeah, heavy, 5,230 grains per cubic meter, and the aquifer still about 638 feet. Okay, let's take a look at the 14-day for today. High temperature, low 90s, let's say about 92. And then tomorrow, 94, 20% chance. Wednesday, hazy conditions from that Saharan dust. And then Thursday and Friday, highs mid-90s, maybe a slight chance for a shower, both of those days really. Over the weekend, 96 to 97, and next week, highs 96 to 97, partly cloudy, and isolated showers. Again, that Frio River, major flooding is expected, and will crest at Concan later on at 4 o'clock, and the dry Frio River at Uvalde should crest at about 9 p.m. So life-threatening flooding is going to be occurring on the Frio River. It's already doing that through the rest of the afternoon and into tonight. Okay, well, thanks for streaming with us. We appreciate it. We'll see you at 4 o'clock and 5, 6, and 10. All right, be safe out there, and we'll see you later. Thank you for streaming with us. Thanks so much. We'll see you.